What's happening, folks? Back with another reaction, back with some more U2. And we're back with Rattle and Hum, the compilation from 1988. And we're going to listen to a 2-for-1, though the first track, I think, is not a full song. It's very short, less than a minute. And it's called Freedom for My People, so I don't know if this is sampling something or if it's a spoken word, like, interview part. I know there's several interludes on this compilation that are not actual songs, so we'll see what that is. And then it's followed by a live performance of Silver and Gold. Now, maybe people mentioned this before. In the moment, I'm forgetting if this is a cover and if whom by whom. I will admit my brain goes to the perhaps seasonally appropriate just about claymation or animation version of Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, where I think the Yukon Cornelius character sings Silver and Gold about mining and prospecting. I doubt that's the song that's going to be at play here, but again, I think that song is technically called Silver and Gold, and maybe that was covering something else that this is also covering. But yes, I'm not familiar with the song specifically, though it does ring a archaic bell in my brain. In any case, let's hear them. This is U2, first Freedom for My People, followed by a live performance of Silver and Gold. Doesn't sound like Bono. It sounds like a filtered vocal with a harmonica, maybe? Sounds like a classic blues singer.
In the shit house, a shotgun. Praying hands hold me down. Only the hunter was hunting in this tin-can town, tin-can town. No stars in the black night. Looks like the sky fell down. No sun in the daylight. Looks like it chained to the ground, chained to the ground. The warden said the exit's sold if you want a way out. Jesus, say something. I am so warm. I am so warm. I am so warm. Captains and kings in the ship's hold, they came to collapse. Silver and gold. Silver and gold.
The blending of guitar and bass there.
See the coming and the going. See them captains and kings. See them navy blue uniform. See them bright and shiny things, bright and shiny things. Yeah. was told, hit where it hurts, silver and gold, silver and gold. Yeah, silver and gold. The song was written in a hotel room in New York City. Round about the time a friend of ours, little Steven, was putting together a record of artists against apartheid. It's a song written about a man in a shanty town outside of Johannesburg. A man who's sick of looking down the barrel of white South Africa. A man who is at the point where he is ready to take up arms against his oppressor. A man who has lost faith in the peacemakers of the West. While they argue, and while they fail to support a man like Bishop Tutu and his request for economic sanctions against South Africa. Am I bugging you? I don't mean to bug you. Okay, Edge, play the blues.
Well, so much to say on multiple levels, even outside the song. I'll start with the song itself. So, I did like that intro because the concept certainly rolled into the subject matter of the song of Silver and Gold, which, because Bono gives us that aside, that spoken word aside in the second half of the song, there's no ambiguity as to what it's about. I was thinking at first that maybe it was an old blues standard about chain gangs and people wrongly imprisoned and, down on their luck and having to sort of deal with the travails of that scenario. And then it became clear that in some ways it is about an oppressed and an oppressor, but in a non-American context. But yes, we're talking about apartheid South Africa and the townships as they were known and the oppression of indigenous South Africans by the European, the Dutch inheritors of the South African state. In any case, I was intrigued by not only his explanation, but then I love when he rolls it back into the song proper and just tells Edge, alright, now play some blues. But yes, it makes me think of a few things that are outside of the actual track. Number one, Dead Kennedys did a song about the way Western governments would support the South African regime by doing business for diamonds and other things, and they, Jello Biafra, lead singer of the Dead Kennedys, jokes about how, well, we can't put too much economic pressure on South Africa because the ladies in our country need those diamonds and their diamond rings and so on. It also makes me think, he mentioned Archbishop Desmond Tutu, one of 4 Africans to win the Nobel Peace Prize, or at least as of at least a few years ago. Maybe there's someone who's won it in more recent times, but up till about 3 or 4 years ago, there were 4. Nelson Mandela, everybody will know. Desmond Tutu was another one. Anwar Sadat was another one. And then Leclerc, the guy who essentially said, okay, one of the people who ended the apartheid regime of the South African state, they gave him the Peace Prize as well. But yeah, shout out to Archbishop Desmond Tutu, who was in the corner of the oppressed against the oppressors in many such cases. It also makes me think of the way in which I just reacted to a remix of a Pet Shop Boys tune called How Can You Expect to Be Taken Seriously, and my understanding is people took that as a shot against artists like Bono, like Sting, who began to speak up more prominently about social issues, and although you can, I suppose, understand the way some people may see it as plastic or you're trying to get more publicity and so on. I don't really take it that way. I think if you have a platform, if you have a large public voice, it's entirely fair and even admirable to speak out about situations that, through your influence, through increased cultural pressure, might actually make a difference. So again, I think it's cool, and it was not bothersome at all, Bono, that you spoke about such things during a live performance. Now, of course, he was asking the people at the concert, who many of which might have been like, well, right now I want to hear good music and I don't want to think about tough things. But I imagine a lot of YouTube fans then and now are okay with thinking about those things because that's what the band sings about in a lot of their songs. So yeah, personally, I was not bothered. I imagine a lot of U2 fans were not bothered either. But again, I get what Pet Shop Boys was saying, and to be fair, they don't identify Bono directly, but I also get that as a fan of punk rock, as you can see behind me, many bands of which sing about oppression, cultural, social, political, and so on, that I'm not bothered at all, and I think that's one of the beauties of music, is that it can be instrumental and just about the sublime melody, but it can also be muckraking and about the important issues of the day, which in the late 80s was certainly something that it was fair to speak about. Finally, as an outside point, if you haven't heard of the penny whistle, which is a metallic type of flute, I would encourage you to look it up. It was essentially a musical instrument, but also part of resistance inside the townships. I talk about this in a reaction I did to Spokes Masciani's Cibolo, so check out that old reaction if you're interested. But it was a signal that was used when the South African apartheid authorities would come into the townships to search for contraband and maybe arrest any dissidents who were challenging the order. Someone would play a penny whistle, and that would alert other people in the township, oh, the authorities are coming in, so if you're doing anything that's dissident and ultimately opposed to them, you better put it away because, they're going to come checking. So many things come to my mind when I hear this song and the lyrics in it. I like how we did get a bit of a background. It was written at a hotel and as they were mulling over these issues. So yeah, just a cool song, cool performance, and I like the ethos of it. Let me know what you think, and I will see you next time. Peace.